Yes, people, welcome to another edition of From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio. And I'm with my two regular co-hosts, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm also joined, like I said, my two regular co-hosts, don't know. They that code, I introduced them twice.
Yeah.
So don't know, you get me? I'm here obviously with JV and Bloodstone, Mr. I've seen more in a night than I've seen in your life. And also we are again joined by a very, very, very special guest. You get me? United Stand OG. Get me? Got his own content. Yo, shouting out Mr. Aaron Utd. Don't know. You get me? Round of applause and that for coming through. Round of applause, man. Respect for coming through as always. We did say they would be back on a regular basis.
All
so,
love.
Yeah, me. I appreciate that. So, where do we start with this weekend's football? Where do you want to start?
Well.
You know what, Stroke?
You didn't believe me when I said Mourinho was going to do something.
Okay.
Told you.
You did call it still. You did call it. But it wasn't, my thing from the game watching it wasn't a Mourinho masterclass.
Oh, no. They rode the luck on plenty of occasions.
They more than rode that
and
look.
it's another VAR.
Yeah. Then I say look and VAR.
Yeah.
I think the second one's a penalty.
What, the Sterling one? I think.
Yeah.
You think it was a penalty?
Yeah.
I said I laughed.
Nah,
you know what?
The second one looked more like a penalty.
Do you know what?
than
You know
the
what?
first.
You know what?
think it was
Definitely.
Nah, I
think
disagree.
the first one was a bit.
Yeah.
I don't. If I was a ref, I wouldn't have given it. But the second one definitely.
Now, you see the first one, I can see why you didn't give it at first. My problem is, though, when you see the replay from behind the goal, and you can clearly see he's not touched any of the ball, first few 10 seconds, I said penalty, and you can see that straight away. 2.5 minutes later, they wait for him to kick the ball back to Edison, and then Mike Dean finally goes, stops the game and blows the whistle and then points a penalty spot. That should have been done 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it have to go out of play?
No,
Or does
it doesn't have to go
no.
out of play. It's just when he gets it in his ear, he needs to say stop play. It's a penalty, so it's like, come
Yeah.
on now, do that earlier.
Yeah.
But then, and then obviously everyone's moaning about, Lloris is off his line. That's not VAR, isn't allowed to give that. That's an on-field decision.
That's the ref, innit?
How come VAR can't give probably the most obvious thing? That's the goal line technology.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most obvious thing.
Because
It doesn't
this
take,
is-
like, there's no, how can I interpret this? He's either off his line or he's
This
not.
is how
But that being
backwards-
said, with VAR, I used to think if you're either offside or you're not, but they've even messed that up.
Yeah.
So this off-the-line stuff, they could probably mess up.
But this is how backwards VAR is. They don't even know what they meant to be doing or not. And then, obviously Lloris saves it. As soon as I seen it, I thought penalty. And then I heard, I think it was Martin Tyler was like, he's moved his hand away. I can't find one camera angle where you see him move his hand away. It's whether Sterling's going down or not. If there's contact, penalty.
It's a penalty, yeah.
And there's contact, it's a penalty.
Was there, because the angles they shown it, was there contact?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was contact.
It was contact.
Yeah.
was
Whether
contact.
Sterling's going down or not, it's
But
contact
that's
as a
what's
penalty.
clouded it. But then this is what I don't get.
Go on.
The VAR is supposed to help.
Yeah.
I feel like without VAR, that gets given.
You reckon,
exactly.
you reckon referees are you really as well?
Yeah,
You reckon?
Definitely.
You reckon
Definitely. It's overcomplicating the whole situation.
It's actually made it more, or it's made everything more unclear. Because I honestly think last season, that's like Sterling goes down, that's a penalty.
And he gives that straight
and
away.
he gives that. But one thing I want to say, what was that penalty about? What? Why is Gundogan? Why have you got your defensive midfielder taking a penalty?
Because he's never missed a penalty in his career
I
until
know,
then.
but you've got
never.
Aguero.
He's never missed a penalty.
Never
No,
missed a
not
pen.
until then. Because
How many has he taken?
He's taken a good 50.
So he's like a regular penalty taker.
Yeah, he
But even though
did it at Dortmund. He did it at Dortmund, and it's like they even said it before he stepped up. Like Jesus has missed penalties this season, Sterling, Aguero, Mahrez. So then obviously they give it to the one who they know they can rely on because he's German. Like doesn't
he's
miss
German,
penalties.
but here's the thing: everyone talks about how good De Bruyne is and how good of a clean striker he is, how good of a set piece taker he is. For them.
Why is he not taking a
Why
penalty?
is De Bruyne? To me, he's the after Aguero, because for some reason Aguero isn't good at penalties. After Aguero, surely De Bruyne is the guy you look to.
He has to be, yeah.
And be like, you're the penalty taker. You take all free kicks, whether they're goal scoring or from deep, and you take corners as well.
German or not, I know my man's German, Gundogan, but De Bruyne, sorry, like you said, it's a no-brainer.
He's arguably the best striker.
If that was a
football.
penalty shootout, he probably De Bruyne would. I bet he would take the first one then.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's a penalty shootout. De Bruyne probably takes the first pen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Is that Pep just overcomplicating things?
That's just how he is, isn't it?
No, I think that's Pep being safe.
Do you think so?
Trying to play it safe.
Playing Gundogan.
Go on, elaborate.
Because Gundogan's never missed a penalty, so he's the first one you look to.
Right, I get your point.
Because has De Bruyne ever took a penalty for them in general?
No.
Has he never took one?
Not in
Obviously,
open play. Not that he might have. I could be wrong, but I've not seen it. So it's like that's him playing it safe. 100%. Because he thinks if Aguero and he's missed it, then it's like, oh, I should have given it to someone else.
True. Yeah.
So I give it to the one person I know's never missed a penalty, and then misses the penalty.
You know what? With this match as well, I clocked it. Seen the starting lineup here, and I said once again,
go on.
He's playing a back four.
Yeah.
He's only got 2 defenders on the pitch. I don't understand this midfielders into. Do you know what I mean?
You answered your own question. I think it was last week when we spoke on that, or actually both previous shows, and how you can do that in Germany and you can do that in Spain. Like you said, He's played Yaya Toure at the back in Spain. He played Busquets centre back. He's played
Alaba centre back.
He's played
Xavi Martinez.
Yeah, Xavi Martinez.
Alonso at one point.
You can over Xavi Mascherano, things like of that nature. I don't think
Philip Lahm, defensive mid. Yeah, he's one of the best right backs of all time. Leave him there.
But like over here, like you said, because of how teams approach games, you can't do that over here.
Do it
because teams will hurt. And obviously, even though Spurs have the attacking threat to hurt you in that sense, and that's what happened.
You know what I think? You see this whole Fernandinho thing playing him centre back. Mm-hmm. I honestly think he didn't get anyone in January.
Yeah,
because he would have proved himself wrong, and then this season is all his fault. And then you see I think it was to play Palace. Last kick of the game, pretty much. Fernandinho on goal, kicks it into his own net. A centre back. A natural centre back has his body positioned better. Even if they fall over, it goes in the stands. Do you know what I mean? If they fall over and they clear it, you know them type of weird clearances.
Yeah, because the right defender's side on, not the way he was.
Yeah,
because he's running back there in that situation,
because
like
he
a holding
know how to run back
there you go. And then even that, the second goal, Son's goal, their keeper Edison saves that. You know. Watch that. I watched that replay. Edison saves that.
He took a deflection off him, didn't he?
Off Fernandinho. Because he's not positioned right again.
And because he doesn't know whether to press or to hold off.
And this is the thing. This is what I don't get. Fernandinho, even at his age, is still one of the best holding midfielders in the league. Wouldn't City surely? I think I've said this before as well. That's becoming a theme. I think I've said this on previous shows. Would he not be better playing Fernandinho as a central defensive midfielder?
And you play Rodri as a centre back.
Or Rodri as a centre back. Or just play 2 centre backs who are actual centre backs from the under 23s.
Yeah.
Surely they'd fare better. With actual
You've
defenders.
Got your Stones on the bench. You've got your Stones. All right then, but if you play your Stones and your Otamendi with your 2 sitters, your Fernandinho and your Rodri, then it can go in it.
Because this was the point I made to you. You look at our 13-14 season, our back four was terrible. We were conceding goals left, right and centre. That was the season when we went for the title. But attacking-wise, we were great. We had Gerrard and Henderson sat in front of him. Henderson did all of Gerrard's legwork, and then Gerrard was just dictating the pace of the play. That worked. And this is what I initially said, it is, if you're going to play, don't move Fernandinho, because that's what bothered me. When I see that, it's like taking him out of that midfield is shocking. Because regardless what you've got behind him, if you've got support in front of you, like, for example, a Rodri, a Fernandinho, a Gundogan, there's still going to be a bit of support. So then when the full-backs go forward, like Walker and Mendy do, they've still got 4 at the back.
But the thing is, even if they play 2 holding midfielders, they have good enough attack to create plenty of chances.
And still
when you have De Bruyne, Sterling, Aguero, that 4 alone, you're fine with. Never mind the fullbacks joining in.
Solid defensively as well.
You are still it makes. I don't get why he's not.
And remember, with Pep, it's all about repetition as well, isn't it? When the way they do things on the pitch is all. You can see it's repetition. They really work on it in training. So if I'm a central midfielder and I'm used to playing with Fernandinho, and all of a sudden I'm having to play with Rodri, like that chemistry's gone, or different. At least half of it. Do you see what I mean? The automatic plays and the automatic passes that you guys have without even looking at each other, it just goes out the window. When someone you're used to playing with all of a sudden plays another position. Do you see what I mean? So
if I play with you week to week, I know which foot to pass it to. Or
There you go.
I know how you're going to receive the ball. And
you know what area to put it in.
I know how you might make a run and all of that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's one of them. As much as Pep, and this is a point I have to make now. As much as we have to praise him for the good stuff,
I agree.
He now has to be looked at for some of it is.
And this goes back to the arrogance thing you guys talked about the other day.
Yeah,
the arrogance. He might not show it like. He might not show it face to face or in the press conferences, but the way he sets up his team, when you see the lineup and you see Fernandinho as a centre back, you think, this guy must think that it's easy. See what I mean? This guy thinks he's back in Germany or Spain where you can do them kind of things.
You can get away. Because it's like I'm going to play this way regardless of the result.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to play this way. I'm not going to change my philosophy, which was the downfall of Arsene Wenger, who people compare them to in terms of similarity. That's why obviously we praise Fergie so much, because he was able to adapt and change and switch.
Yeah, but that's
and
why he's
different
one of the
formations.
greatest, though.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So it's like,
exactly
why do you refuse to do that? Like, why are you cutting off your nose to spite your face?
Because I don't think he can.
You reckon he can't change?
I don't think Pep has. We've said this before. We've said this point before. His plan A is normally so good.
It's not. It
doesn't
works
need plan
99.9% of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, his plan A,
Yeah.
but that percentage is coming down now.
It is coming
At
down.
Barcelona, it was 99.99999 recurring. You know, on the calculator, just forever the 9. You know what I mean? And then we got to Bayern, it went to like a 90, 97. At City now, that's about an 85% now.
Yeah, that's
It's nowhere near as effective as Plan A.
because he is now 22 points behind.
That is crazy.
Behind Liverpool, 22 points, and we are in February, and minus us still. No, I'm gonna credit us for this. Nobody's talking about this. We've been talking about this for weeks when it was all double.
Yeah,
when it was 10
And
points
do you know what's
behind.
ironic? Klopp's doing now what Pep used to do in Germany.
Yes.
Pep used to do that in Germany in February. Like in Germany, the season was finished in May, and this guy would win the league in March.
But this is the thing, though.
that.
Like,
Boom.
because obviously I screenshot it and put it in the group chat. Now people are starting to say, "Well, wait a minute, surely Pep's got to be coming under a bit of criticism here." So, and this is with the point we're talking about his ego and stuff like that. So, here's the stat.
Go on.
City have spent 132.5 million on 3 centre backs.
Right.
Since Pep took over. So
Jeez.
John Stones 47.5, Otamendi 28.5, and Laporte 57 million. What's the problem with that? 3 centre backs.
2 of them are no good.
No, not just that. One of them gets injured, like Laporte. You're now stuck with 2.
Yeah.
What if one of them gets injured for a week? Then what? Then you're stuck with 1.
That's true. You should have 2 players for every position.
So I genuinely believe one of the reasons why he's not gone out and replaced the centre back in January because he's under pressure, because he knows for a fact the second he goes and gets the centre back, everyone's going to start looking at the other transfer deals that he's done.
True.
And then they're like, well, wait a minute, why are you spending close to 200 million on centre backs when surely the 132 million you spent should have got you the best talent that's out there?
Yeah.
It's not. It's shocking. 47.5 million for John Stones. What planet are you living on?
And at the time, that was a lot of money for
That's
John
a lot of money.
Stones.
People sleep
of
on
money.
that. People sleep on the fact that he was that amount and he wasn't at that level anyway.
That was like one of the highest fees.
Is he not-
Yeah, that was one of the
Is he
most
not
expensive.
No, it was. It
central
broke Rio
defenders.
Ferdinand, which is a joke when
Not
you
on-
compare the two.
Not until Maguire this season was he not the most expensive?
I think
Van Dijk.
it was Van Dijk.
No,
obviously.
most expensive English.
Yeah.
It was him and
English.
Walker, wasn't
it
it?
was him and Walker.
Walker. Yeah.
That's
It was him
true.
and Walker. And speaking of that, added on that point as well in terms of defence, people look at how many fullbacks he's bought.
Nah,
Yeah.
so
Yo,
funny you
he's
should say.
bought a
Yeah,
lot.
alright, so funny you should say.
Okay, go on.
So here's one. Right, Liverpool.
So people not watching or listening live, yeah, Stroll just give me the app. All right, one sec.
So right, I'm gonna compare it. Right, so for us, we've got 4 centre backs. Yeah, we've spent 95 million. 75 of that was on Van Dijk.
Okay.
20 million of that was Lovren. Gomez 3.5 million, and Matip was a free. Yeah,
Okay.
That's crazy.
so that's 95 million we spent on 4 centre backs. They've spent 132.5 on 3. That's a joke. And then look at fullbacks. 8.5 million. Trent came through the academy, and Robertson 8.5 million from Hull when they got relegated. Compared to City's, Walker 50 million, Mendy 52 million, Cancelo 60 million. That's 194 million.
Sorry to cut you off. 60 million on Cancelo. Go on, continue.
194 million.
And he
Let me stop this.
was rumoured with a transfer this window.
This
Yeah,
is
he
why.
was.
This is where I think that transfer.
Yeah.
Just let me not taking no shine off you, but
Yeah.
do you see that Cancelo one? I didn't realise.
Yeah.
60 million on a fullback.
Yeah.
Yet you're playing a Ukrainian attacking midfielder, left back. What's going on?
You know what?
In Zinchenko, that makes no sense.
That's crazy.
I didn't know Zinchenko wasn't a fullback until you told me. I
Bro,
presumed
yeah.
he was a fullback.
Go watch
Same.
it. Watch
Same.
the national break.
Yeah.
This my man will be playing for Ukraine behind the strikers.
So he played
Yeah.
10 for international. I thought he was a
And left
fullback.
wing.
Wait,
and
hold on.
left wing.
Did you mention the other fullback, the left back Angelino?
There you go.
No, because he initially started at City, then he moved to PSV, and then
Then
he
he
bought
came
him
back,
back.
and
Yeah,
the guy's
yeah.
gone now. He's at Leipzig.
And they bought him for 30 million.
And I'm like,
he was
what is
your
going
player
on?
in the first place.
Yeah, we have seriously, even I think we've slept on that, how much he spent on defence.
No, but
Yeah.
but it's not. Yeah, but it's
a
not
lot of
just
money.
that. So
That's
then-
more than a lot of countries' war budgets for their army.
Yeah,
My
bro.
sister said this to me. She was like, he spent more on than Iceland's war, like their whole army, on their army defence. Like
There you
he
go.
spent more on their defence than Iceland have or some country
So,
like
so
that.
for example, and this isn't by any means me defending the man, yeah, because I think he does a terrible job, and me and you were going back and forth about it. So Ed Woodward gets a lot of stick, yeah. People need to start looking at what City are doing since Pep took over. Net spend, so money in from transfers and what they've spent out: 527 million and 79. net spend.
Net spend.
Right. Net spend for Liverpool since that time, 75 million. Because we've sold players and we've invested it correctly. Yeah. What are they doing?
Do you know why? Because City don't sell no one worth if they don't sell anyone worth selling, if that makes sense. They don't make
exactly
money.
The point. Yeah. So then that perfectly touches onto the point that you've made from the beginning one, which is Pep doesn't make stars. He buys them. He doesn't make them better. Because otherwise...
Or he finds them when he gets to a team.
So otherwise, he could then sell them on and get more money for him. Do you know what I mean?
That is very true what you said there. I remember when he went to Bayern Munich, and what shocked everybody is when he sold Toni Kroos, and everyone at the time, I remember Germany was going mad.
Yeah,
I rate
how dare you
sell someone like 25 mil?
25 million to Real Madrid
like that. 25
half
million
a John Stones.
Everyone was like, and I remember at the time Oliver Kahn was going mad. He was, how dare you?
Yeah, but this is the point. No, this man doesn't get any stick apart from him.
There's two reasons why he don't get any stick. Number one, well, I think it might be three reasons. Number one, because he's Pep Guardiola. Number two, because he's at Manchester City. And my dad made this point to me, the third one I'm about to make, and why people are not focused on City being 22 points behind. It's because United is so bad. And we're the storyline. We're the headline.
That's true.
Because if United were doing United were third in Leicester's position, everybody would be talking about City.
But what does that tell
you?
But
because United are so bad, that United obviously we know are a juggernaut of a club. City still, even when Liverpool were doing bad, they were still a factor. They still mattered. Like if City fell off, nobody would care. City fell, let's keep it real, they wouldn't be topic. If they fell off right now, it wouldn't be news. United falling off is still, we've been bad for 7 years. We still on Sky. We still opening up seasons. 7 years.
That's
we still live.
I was saying this to my son, you know.
We still live.
You know what my son said to me? He said, how come United don't win all the time, but we're always on telly?
Always, because we're a factor.
Same man that you even notices that, you know.
Yeah, this is that. He's probably wanting to watch a few City matches and Liverpool matches. He's probably getting bored.
Same with Liverpool, as bad as they were during their period, they were on TV on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Because they're still a factor. United are a factor. So with United doing so bad, that's what's taking the shine off City. Because how they, again, I'm going to keep stating this before we move on, 22 points behind in February. The season was done before Christmas. The title was over.
But not even that. It's so the team to win it the quickest was used on April 14th. We can win it in March.
Jeez.
I think it's against Everton, isn't it?
No, it depends. So if City drop any more points, we can win it at Everton. If they don't, then we win it at home to Crystal Palace. and then the week after.
So you're praying that you win that
get the guard of honour.
I want that to happen, you know.
What, just to embarrass Pep?
That would be a huge embarrassment for him.
It's not even just to embarrass him. It's to make him realise this isn't Spain. This isn't Germany.
Don't do them things.
You know what I mean? Because here's the factor though, and I said this, the only thing he's going to do, for him now, it's fight or flight.
True. Well, see, and that goes on to my next question before we move on. So we'll start Aaron before we get to it. Do you think Pep will leave at the end of the summer?
I think he will.
You think he will? Yeah. Would you reckon?
I don't think he'll be.
I think if Barca put an offer on the table, he's gone.
So you reckon he's gone? Do you reckon he's gone?
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point now because Barca are struggling with managers.
Yep.
So you reckon he's gone?
I said this from day. I don't think he'll be here.
I'm gonna say he's gonna stay because even though I don't like him because obviously he manages Manchester City. I want to believe you have more fight than that. All these plaudits you've got, the moment you get punched in the face, you don't want to fight no more. You've been knocking everyone out since you've come. You get punched in the face.
No, he got knocked out that first time when he went and bought all these men.
But the thing
he got that box in the face and then he went.
But the thing is,
we knew his pocket.
He put his hand, but it's like, alright, these ain't the players I need. So the first season we're like, okay, and obviously we trolling because it's Manchester City, but then he got it right. So I'm like, now you've been dominating for so long. You've got it right. Not in terms of the past two seasons and got all the plaudits.
I'll tell you why. So do you remember when Mourinho won the Champions League with Inter?
Yeah, I remember.
Who did he beat?
Yeah, but I remember that Pep.
Yeah,
Barcelona.
So then that happened, and then where was Mourinho's next club after that?
Was it Real Madrid?
And what happened? Pep went to Germany.
Bayern Munich, yeah.
Well, see, I just want to believe he has more fight than that.
I don't know. The second I seen him do that move, I knew exactly that he didn't want any of that.
With a man of your skill level and high talent, that you're just going to lose by this margin and be like, I don't even want a rematch. I'm out. You know what I mean? Like,
I think he's that type of guy.
You reckon he's that type of guy?
He's that type of guy, bro.
Yeah, I can't believe.
Tell me a time when the title was over and you heard Fergie openly state the title was over.
True, never.
Man will tell you till the last day. Man knows it's mathematically impossible, you know. Man's got his calculator around saying, "No, we can't do this." He's going out to the press conference till the last day of the season. You get what I'm saying?
I just want to believe he has more, like, because I have such a, like I said in it, because even though I troll him, I don't like him because he manages City, I still have a respect level for him. Like, the respect level is still there. Like, I like Liverpool, but I respect what you do. So it would just make me lose so much respect for him.
And that type of situation reflects his character as well. Like, he's never been the type of manager to confront players face to face. We've seen it with Zlatan. He's never confronted him face to face.
Just got rid of him, didn't he?
Never confronted him face to face. Got rid of him. Players like he went to Bayern Munich. Cruz never had a conversation before he sold him. Do you know what I mean? Like, it reflects his character. So don't really.
This is how I know he's got no fight in him. He's never been in this position. True. Never in his career, so he doesn't know what to do.
This is why it's going to be so interesting. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see what he does in the summer. Because if he leaves, I'd just be like, right, man really took his ball and went home.
But you know what it is? But the only other thing I think, this is what I mean, he's going to prove us all right. Because the only thing he can do now, if he stays, is get the checkbook out.
Yeah, if he does that, then I'll be like, all right, at least you want to stay.
This is what I'm saying. If he gets the checkbook out, it proves our point of you can't improve players.
Oh, yeah, we know. I think it's getting to the point where we know he is a checkbook manager. But he's an exceptional checkbook manager.
Yeah, but here's the point. No, if he gets a checkbook out, they lose one game and straight automatically after what's happened this season, then he's under immense pressure.
Massive.
Gone.
I want to see him under pressure. This is what I want to see. This is why I want him to stay.
Does he not want to go back to Barcelona and get Messi's twilight years? Trust me.
That's a fair point. But this is especially for us as well. This is me being greedy for content. That is great if he does stay, pulls the checkbook out, spends 600 million or whatever, buys a load of players, and then loses a game. Like, all right, let's see how this goes.
And also, it wouldn't surprise me if, like, let's say Liverpool get close to winning the title. Like, let's say 2-3 games left, and everyone knows they're going to win it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if Pep comes out and does a whole Barcelona thing again, saying, "Do you know what? At the end of the season, I'm gone." Because I don't think he would want. He first of all, he doesn't know what it is to lose. He doesn't know what it is, how it feels to get sacked. So I think he doesn't want his name to be tarnished. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want the headlines. Imagine the headlines: Pep sacked. He's never been sacked before. So it wouldn't surprise me if a few weeks down the line, he goes, "Do you know what? At the end of the season, I'm gone." I mean, so it masks a little bit, you know, the fact that, you know, it's the worst title. The worst title. What's it called? The defense.
The worst title. In how many years? Serious. But all right, so we'll end on that note. So moving on to the next game: Liverpool 4, Southampton 0. And you would think from the result,
another VAR, man.
You would think from the result it was straightforward, but it wasn't. How was the Robertson one not a back pass? Was that not a back pass?
Oh no, there's more.
Was that not a back pass?
It was.
Before.
Was it not a clear? Like, was it not a clear back pass?
Yeah, but long before that, VAR was messing up.
I'm just getting onto that because I'm like, I've seen it, and I'm like, how is that not? How do you watch that on VAR as a Premier League referee and not see it's a back pass?
Brings me back to the original point of it's clouding the minds. Without VAR, that doesn't even get.
So you reckon you blame the ref as much as the VAR man as well?
Yes, without having VAR in the background.
Yeah, because
that just gets given.
Yeah, because refs are told to, and linesmen are as well. Refs are told to play on, and VAR will check it in the background.
Wow. Here's the thing with the VAR though, which I've seen in the Premier League and it's worked. When I've seen the refs go over to the screen, because one, it was the Crystal Palace player. Was it Crystal Palace player who got sent off and then he reverted?
One time.
And the thing is, it works more often. You should do that more often. I think the Aubameyang one, if I'm not correctly, when he got sent off, he went over to the man off. He went over, like, so why not do that? So
twice, and we're in February. This has been implemented since August. Twice, and we're in February.
What that shows, that doesn't even show VAR. That doesn't even mean VAR's not working. That means it's not being used properly.
Exactly.
That's true. I've said this because people blame VAR, and I've always said VAR is not the problem. The use of VAR is the problem.
You look at every other league.
Complicated it.
I watch Italian league highlights every week. I'm telling you now. About 10 matches. So there's 10 matches in a week. About 6 or 7 of them, someone goes to the screen.
That's what I mean, because they implement it perfectly. So it's like, for example, like I was saying, we get one in the first half. Now, here's the problem: is he going to get the ball from Firmino? No. Is it still a foul? Yeah. VAR checked it. Wasn't a penalty. He's got his arm round him like that.
That's the how.
It's a stonewall penalty.
But you see what that is? That's again VAR clouding the mind. But you see the way how Firmino went down. it's theatrics. It should still get given.
Oh, the way for me.
But I know how some of these refs are like that. Certain refs just give that straight away.
Yeah.
Certain refs see the theatrics and say dive.
Yeah.
And we're all against diving. It's in the papers. It's on Sky Sport. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that whole diving thing comes up. But
then,
that should get given.
And then the Danny Ings one. Exactly the same. For me, every angle I've seen, Fabinho clips him. But like you said, the way he goes down doesn't help him. But it's still a penalty.
It's still a penalty. That's what I'm saying. That scene.
Because of the rule, as long as there's contact, it's a penalty.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Yeah. Like, how do you
so
see?
That's 3 penalties
How do
in
you
2
watch,
games that haven't been given by VAR.
How do you watch the Firmino one back on the screen, see it from all different angles, and tell me that's not a penalty? How do you see the Fabinho one on Ings and say it's not a penalty?
Well, did they go to the screen?
Nah, the ref didn't go to the screen, but VAR looked at it.
VAR checked
No,
it.
but this is what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the ref goes to the screen, I think he gives
both
that.
of them get given.
Yeah, I think so.
Both of them get given.
Yeah.
And that's why I swear to you, every other league I've watched who has it implemented are using it properly.
Because when they used it in the international tournament just gone, was it the Euros? They had them go to the screen.
And it works perfectly.
But one thing I say about this as well,
go on.
and it changed the game. That incident before that Chamberlain goal.
Which incident?
Can't remember who it was who... I think, was that even the...
It was Danny Ings, the penalty.
Yeah, that was the Ings penalty.
Fabinho. Yeah, because he went down the other end.
Because they counted
Went
it
straight
in the squad.
But you know one of them? I've watched too much football in my life.
Yeah.
I said they are going to score from this now.
Definitely.
You know
You
why?
just know how it happens.
Because they did the exact same thing.
To
I think it was the City. Yeah, when you played City at home. I can't remember the end. You would remember.
No,
the
it was
incident.
Trent. It was
Yeah.
Trent.
Was it Trent?
It was Trent. It was when it hits off Bernardo Silva's arm.
Yeah.
It hits
Yes,
Trent.
that one.
Yeah.
And I said to myself watching it, they're going to score.
You know what I mean,
And
innit?
then
You get that
Chamberlain,
gut
was
feeling.
it Chamberlain who scored the first goal?
Yeah, Chamberlain.
Yeah, it was Chamberlain.
You get that gut feeling. And even it's one of them, you know, it's not really good for the game because you could see that the Southampton players were all... I know you're supposed to play to the whistle. We get told that.
Yeah.
But you can see that that's affected them. It's like...
Of course. Mentally it affects you.
Mentally, do you get what I mean?
Because that changes the whole game.
It does, but the thing is, it's like if the Firmino one gets given in the first half, they get smoked in that first half,
that's a fair
realistically.
point. It's refs just messing up.
Nah, but it's just awful, but I'm going to come on to this point again.
Go on.
Henderson running the game again. A goal and an assist.
You know what? One thing I did like, I like the celebration with him and Firmino. For some reason, I just like the celebration. Henderson's goal and that, like when he went up to him, I was like, I respect that. That's true. As much as it pains me to admit it, is it was a great celebration.
You know,
it was a team celebration.
You know what?
You can
it
tell
don't
it
even
meant a
pain me
lot
no
to them.
more. Do you know why it doesn't pain me no more?
Why not?
Because they're doing what they should be doing.
Yeah, it still pains me.
No,
I hate complimenting them.
Yeah, no,
That's why.
I do. But you see, I've got to the point now. I've got to the point now, where it's like they're just doing what they should be doing.
I did, but like.
You get what I'm saying, though?
But it still pains me.
Bro,
you know
what I mean, though, innit?
Yeah, I know what you're
pains
saying.
me, but they're just doing what they should be doing.
That's true.
Like, I'm a massive fan of Fabinho, and it pains me.
And this is why other teams, not just United, but other teams are doing my head in at the moment when I'm watching them, because you're not actually doing what you just should. The basics.
Yeah, I understand.
Liverpool are going to win the league off the back of basics and teamwork. This is going to be one of the first teams to win the league, not off a lot of individual brilliance. It's teamwork and basics,
like pressing
together. It's just it's literally what you get told to do in training, you implement on the pitch.
Exactly.
This is literally what they're doing.
It's basics, bro.
It's basics. You actually watch them and you think, no one's like ripped 5 man and bang that in the top corner, or no one's done this on it. It's basics. It's like Mane. I've said this about Mane so many times. He's the most unspectacular forward, but he's one of the most effective on the planet.
That's a fair point, actually.
When do you see him do a step over, bro?
Yeah, that's true. I just see him.
And when you see him do that,
drop a shoulder, bang, bang. Like,
I put it top bins. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mane.
Do you get what I'm saying? He's not someone who's gonna like.
He's not a highlight reel type guy. Like when we were talking about Traore last week in terms of his highlights. You know, Traore plays for Wolves. His highlight reel would look crazy. That's what we were discussing. But like Mane, even though he's cold, it wouldn't look like that. You feel me? Like obviously, don't get me wrong.
You just
like,
be
player.
His highlight reel would just be probably like drop a shoulder, finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you
Get through on goal, finish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Certain type of run as well.
Yeah,
he does the same type of run.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? But that's what I mean. It's what you can see.
What happens in training?
That's training.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's very efficient.
Because this is what happens when you actually coach people correctly and then you go and implement it. So, for example, the way our fullbacks get forward, the way Fabinho then sits, the way that Henderson are then filling at right back. So defensively, we're more sure now. And then obviously the runs from Salah, the runs from So then Firmino drop back to them two, make them inverted runs. Like they work on it so much on the training pitch.
Drilled.
Yeah, but so it's like,
drilled into them.
But this is how crazy this is. So from the last 102 points available, we took 100 points.
Yeah, I got to commend you for that.
Jesus Christ. Bro.
Only points dropped was at United. Was it United, isn't it?
United.
Which why I don't see against you lot why people don't try and play a back three more often because it worked.
Yeah, but how many times have we said this on this show?
Yeah, why don't people? It worked for United against Liverpool. So why not? Why is someone else not? All right, that worked for them. Why not try a thing? It worked, even though you beat Sheffield United at Sheffield United. It was still a very tough game.
Yes, it was a very tough game.
Wolves give us a
play
tough
a free
game.
back three.
Yeah.
Like, so
why
we
is that
can
not
spot
clicking
this,
in one's
and
head?
I ain't know like footballing genius, tactical genius.
I'm starting to think we might be. I'm starting to think we are. No, I'm starting to think we are. I'm starting to think we are. A lot of stuff what man is saying, give it a year.
Yeah.
Give it a year,
yeah,
bro.
and people will figure it out.
Everyone's going to
Because that's the most interesting thing I thought about when it comes to Liverpool, because they are dominating, and it'll be interesting to see how teams then eventually try and counteract them and see if Klopp can change. Similar with what happened with Guardiola and City, because people were having the same type of conversations. Are these the greatest? Which are silly. These the greatest side. Is this the greatest side of all time? But then eventually teams figure you out and figure out how to combat you. Can you change?
Yeah, true. But do you know one thing I've never really... You know what? So you've just made me realise this. Yeah. I think remember everyone, Mourinho parked the bus.
Yeah.
That got made really unpopular.
Yeah.
I've not seen one team park the bus against Liverpool this season.
Yeah,
that would probably be the most sensible thing to try and do, park the bus and counter-attack.
Yeah.
I've not seen that being done. That really should be done to them every game.
Like it did when United was dominating, that type of thing, where teams would come and just put 10 men behind the ball.
I can name you the 3 teams.
Go on.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
At home.
That's
and then we had to bring Firmino on.
Yeah. So it worked to an extent.
Yeah.
Okay,
worked
go
to
on,
an
continue,
extent.
go on.
So Firmino did it.
Go on, second. See the Newcastle that's back 3 team.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's a theme running there. Do you get what I mean?
I think we figured something out.
Yo, you know what I mean?
I think we figured something out.
Southampton did it for large parts of the first half, but they played well on the counter-attack because Danny Ings,
there we go,
unbelievable player.
But yeah, so speaking of teams and tactics, I don't even want to talk about this. Manchester United 0, Wolves 0. Watching this game, I almost fell asleep. If there's a game that can sum up everything that is Ollie out, it is that reason, you feel me? It is that reason. Shout out Big Solomon in the building.
Big S.
You get me? Mr. Pie Radio and that.
All up in the videos. Come to Pie Radio.
Come to Pie Radio. He's definitely going to draw that video on the Instagram now. But yeah, 1000%. But yeah, if there's a game that sums up all the issues United have, that tells you all you need to know of the problems we have, is that game.
Well, I hit you up and I was like, is Fernandes playing defensive?
You know what I don't get though?
Pereira left wing. Someone explain that.
See this though.
Make that make sense.
No. This is what I don't get. No. Pereira centre mid, Pereira attacking mid, Pereira left wing.
Yeah.
72 minutes played. What go on for that? Yeah.
Eventually, when you're moving a player about like that and he's still doing nothing, you have to hook him off. It don't take 7.
Do you know what? Lingard's got a lot of stick this season. He's been worse than Lingard.
Yeah, 1000%.
He has been worse than Lingard.
Aaron, you can vouch for this because obviously you're seeing it live, so you're hearing the moans and groans from the crowd.
So I'm there. We're there watching the game. Fernandes is number 10 role, just running about, and I can see in his facial expressions like he's like, I'm not getting any of the ball. Like, what should I do? So at one point he points to Pereira and he goes, "You go forward, I'll stay here." And I'm like, what? So he sacrificed himself like halfway through the first half, so he can get more of the ball, get more touches, and dictate the play. Second thing I noticed is he's telling Daniel James what to do. So he's got the ball and Daniel James is just static, just standing there waiting to get the ball, then do something instead of making the run, receiving the ball to make it easier for yourself to then have options. Either finish or you put it across for someone else and then you score or whatever, you get a chance.
Yeah.
So he was doing everything in that first half. Like at one point, you could see the frustrations was there to the point where he got a bit nervous. So he was, was the misplaced passes sometimes, and
I think it was a bit. I think it's obviously that, and I think he's frustrated as well.
Yeah.
He's trying, and obviously you want to impress, and you are frustrated.
At that point, I'm like, people should understand from this that this is what Pogba's been doing for 3 years.
Going to say that.
He's been doing it for 3 years, sacrificing his own position to accommodate other people because they're just so bad.
And then this is where Pogba gets a lot of stick, and this is what Fernandes started to do. He started to lose the ball, because he's having to try everything.
Because you're having to force it.
Because you're having to start attacks, you're having to create attacks, and you're having to. He still had the most shots on target, and you're having to tell everybody else what to do.
All right, then just look at that. Yeah, the 2 shots on target. target, what we had, is Fernandes when he was in the number 10 position. So this is what I don't get about Ollie, Man's watching the match, he's saying, all right, he's dropped back, he's dictating, he gets into attacking position, 2 shots, bang, bang. So if you leave him there for the rest of the match, he probably scores.
He probably does score.
Do you get what I mean?
Again, we could go through the whole hour show.
What formation were you playing?
So we played
because I was so confused.
I got confused eventually.
What was it? Was it 4-2-3-1?
It was a 4-2-3-1 at first.
It was a 4-2-3-1.
But where was Mata? Where was Mata?
Mata was on the right, but because he's so used to coming in and using his left foot, he played centrally for most parts of the game.
Next to Pereira.
Which then left Wan-Bissaka all by himself on that right-hand side.
Constantly against
2v1 constantly
against Jota and Johnny.
He's had to use skill to get past 2 defenders and then cross it in. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. And people blamed him for that game and said he's not attacking enough. No, he's having to work against 2 players all the time.
He's having to get past their winger. Yeah. Check this, he's having to get past the winger in Jota, he's having to get past the wing back, then he's having to get across past the left side centre back. And then there's another 2 centre backs in the box, and whoever's dropping in.
And when we lost the ball, obviously they go on a counter attack, and our right hand side is exposed, so someone else is having to drop in.
So then straight away, so this is the problem with Ollie. You look at that, I said straight away, the problem you've got with Mata on the right is he's going to drift inside naturally because he loves playing central. So then the way that Wolves set up with the back 3 and then the full-backs bombing forward, which you've got Doherty on that side, and then obviously you've got Johnny on this side or Vinagre, whichever one it is. Either way, then you've got Jota that likes to come across, then you've got Neves and Moutinho like to come across, and then effectively at times it's a 3-on-1, right? Pereira's not doing anything in the middle. So why not just swap them 2 around for a second?
Why is Pereira on the pitch?
No, you know what I mean? He's on the pitch because Ollie's stupid. But right? So then Pereira's got legs. He defensively can help out.
Yeah.
You need to do something to help Wan-Bissaka at some point because it's the same thing when he came to Anfield. He got exposed constantly.
Oh yeah.
He did, and and arguably our most athletic player, physically fit player, is looking tired. Like he's looking ragged, he's looking stressed. Like he didn't look like this at Palace, which is a defensive team.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
And he's a quality. If that's not getting mistaken, he's the best defensive fullback in the league.
Yeah.
And you are making even him look like he's dropping down levels now.
Yeah. He's a very fit guy as well. He's not even like a. But you know why? Because he's literally doing two jobs. Yeah. I'd say for the past 5 or so matches, he's probably been our best defensive player and our best attacking player.
Definitely.
Yes, you know.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Because we got someone like a lot better.
Because we got someone like Dan James, who's like like the fast brother in school.
Yeah.
He's like the fast guy in school. If he can't use his pace, he's ineffective. Yeah.
Do you know
I've realised this with him now.
Do you know what it is with Daniel James? It's a bit of both. I feel sorry for him because. Well, I do and I don't. I don't because he's only got that one trick. It's a one-trick pony. If he's not running down the line or running down the wing with the ball, head down and then cross it in, he doesn't offer anything.
He's ineffective.
But at the same time, he's not being coached properly. I feel like every time he plays or when Ollie starts him, he just goes, do you know what? Just do what you're good at, innit? If it works, cool. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just work.
He's one of them, I think, with his willingness, his work rate, his willingness to listen, and his pace, if he was coached correctly, you would get so much more out of him.
Exactly.
Like someone like Klopp to me would get so much more out of James.
You know who James would be the version of? He reminds me of when we first got Valencia.
Right, go on.
He's not got the strength because Valencia had that superhero type strength, that like abnormal strength. But he's got that directness. That's it. He's very literally direct. If you coach him correctly, all you tell him to do is it's not a case of he's not going to be a step over winger. No. Do you know what I mean? What he needs coaching on is getting his yard and getting the ball in. That's all Valencia ever did.
Yeah, that's literally what
Valencia got his yard, he got the ball in. That season when Rooney scored like 30 goals up front on his own, it was literally Valencia crosses and then Nani doing the same on the left.
Yeah, that's
true.
Do
you get what I mean?
That's true.
That's all he needs. All he needs coaching on is to get your yard.
Yeah, and the thing is, he is young enough to the point where you can help him develop tricks. Obviously, he's never going to be Cristiano Ronaldo with the skill moves, but dropping a shoulder, just hugging the touchline.
That's what I mean.
Why are you coming inside? Hug the touchline.
Hug him.
Isolate, and then you get whichever side you're on, you get the fullback to overlap, so you can isolate the fullback.
But then just by hugging. he gets the space to then he can either run or he can make his yard.
Yeah, but that comes down to Ollie because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing on the pitch, so he's just making it up as he thinks. So he thinks he should be going inside when reality everyone knows he should be staying out wide. That comes from Ollie.
And this is crazy because if I'm Dan James and Fernandes comes in and he tells me what to in 15 or 25 minutes, he tells me what Ollie has failed to tell me in 6 months. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's going on here?
What's going on?
I mean,
what's going on?
You're questioning the whole coaching stuff. Like, what have you been doing?
And this is how it sounds so wild, but for him, he would have been better going to Leeds because Marcelo Bielsa would have 100% got much better.
Thank you.
Because they do, as much as I hate Leeds, again, they play quality football. Yeah, he's spot on.
So it's like for his career, he's probably obviously he's probably talking to his agent now. I know his agent was his dad at the time, and obviously unfortunately passed away. Rest in peace. But he's going to be talking to his agent now, like, what the hell have I done here? Like, this is a mess. And he's at the biggest club in the world. At no point should he ever be thinking, I should have went to Leeds United.
That's
Manchester United.
That's Manchester United, yeah. And you are looking at it like, are we as an attractive proposition as we once were, and we are not.
We're not having the highest place United in the league anymore.
And people wonder why Haaland didn't want to come to us.
I wouldn't.
I said it, yeah. He probably sat down with his agent and who is his dad. He probably sat down with him and looked at the options like, okay, United, biggest club in the world, wages, we're going to get a lot of money, but style of play, development, what is the best option?
Yeah, so this is what I mean. So if you've got an actual, like a Pochettino, who can sell the dream to him, like, look, this is where we are now, but with you at the forefront, this is where we will be. Yeah. And I want you to be the face of it. I guarantee he signs for you.
But you see, this is my point. Yeah. This is what I don't understand about Ollie. A man's going to turn around.
The way you just then, you still can't see it if you're not watching on YouTube yet. The way that Bill's touched his face, like, you can't see the stress
that was
in your
the parent
face.
in me there. That was the parent in me. But you see, all right then, this is what done my head in. I heard him the other day, he went, and I didn't even know this, he went, Igalo, I remember him from Norway and this and that. And I said, wait. You remember Igalo from Norway? You had Haaland in Norway.
Yeah,
bro, you could call up his phone and speak in Norwegian. I don't even know how that sounds. I don't even know the accent. You could call up his phone, speak in Norwegian, and get him there. Yeah. I'm telling you now, Arsene Wenger, any young French brother back in the day,
gets him.
Man just speaks his little French and he's there.
Look at Harry Redknapp. Defoe, Crouch, Cruncher, always used to go and get him
all the time.
Because they all loved him.
Pull up in his whip on Sky Sports News, hanging out the window.
Big Samuel could go and get you at Jorkayev, at Campo, at Nelka. You get what I'm saying, bro? So this ain't nothing to do with where you from,
Nah, that's true.
It's
can you sell them the dream?
You talk about him picking up his phone and calling Haaland. He flew to Austria. He flew over to have a conversation with him.
Bro, I seen this next Norwegian kid, Sander Berge, some wonder kid. Man has just gone to Sheffield United. The one who everyone thought come to us.
Okay, so it's like, where is Ollie? Like, why are you not using your Norwegian?
Why can't you get these Norwegian, bro?
Because they know. No, it's not even that. Like, and Norway, majority of it is Liverpool fans. So majority of him grow up Liverpool fans. Solskjaer grew up a Liverpool fan.
That's true. I've heard that as well.
Yeah, like grew up a lifelong Liverpool fan. So it's like, they watch a lot of thingy, but now obviously because of Ollie, then they start watching a lot of United. From an outsider looking in, they're looking at United thinking, what on earth is he doing here?
And speaking of that, I can't believe...
And then it's like, you get an offer from United, it's like, I don't want to go there. No. I want to improve my career.
That's the sad thing about me seeing Fernandes coming here. I think Fernandes is here, do 3-4 years, Barca Madrid, PSG, I think that's where we are now. Yeah. I think we have to expect that. For the next few years, we've got to become sort of like Monaco.
Yeah, where
they were churning them out constantly and selling them.
Like you were.
So basically, we're like the shop window until the big clubs, until the Barcelona.
We've got to now get a point where even if we now get rid of these people, we get the next one. That's what we're gonna have to do till we build ourselves back up.
That's what we were doing.
The thing is, I think United, like when you look at Fernandes coming in, which I was gassed about in the transfer window, a midfield three of Fred, Fernandes, and Pogba to me is cold.
I think
three of Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood.
Is Martial all the hype though?
Here's the thing: the reason why I'm going to defend Martial is because if you put Martial in a good team with a good service, he scores goals. Anytime
Martial has service, he's
minus the Burnley game where it's the couple. That's it.
You just have to accommodate. Find the right system to play.
Find a system
because
he's
Van
a different player. If you play him,
Van Gaal got the best out of this guy.
Van Gaal got the best out of Smalling. That tells you how good he was.
Tells you how good of a coach he was. This guy had Man United play in their formation in the warm up. and have them pass the ball around before the game even started. So, do you know what I mean? So you put Martial in the right system, he can thrive.
Just look at him in that City match.
Yeah, that's
why
true.
is that? Why is he's not English. He's not from Manchester. He's not up for that match because it's City, you know. He plays good in that match because he's got the service. Everyone's playing in a certain way.
So that's why, and the thing is with Martial as well, as many for United fans, him and Pogba, easy scapegoats. Soon as we play bad, it's one of those two. That's why, even though Pogba's not playing in how long, we lose, he's still the talking
point. Didn't I send you that thing the other day?
Which thing?
A man mentioned Pogba and he wasn't even playing.
Jason McAteer.
A man said,
I've seen that.
You know, Pogba's toxic.
You can't listen to Jason McAteer. The man's English and try playing for Ireland in the World Cup.
A man's toxic.
Get out of it.
Speaking of that,
trying to play for Ireland with your Scouse accent. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? But a man's toxic and he's not even playing. Do you get what I mean? Large scale.
Yeah, he's toxic in the dressing room. It's like,
this is what people say.
Nobody's
ever. The thing is, nobody that's ever been inside the club or any of the staff or any players, minus Mourinho, who has an issue with everyone.
No, but it started with Neville. Realistically, that's where it started. It started with Neville.
Yeah, he's toxic in the dressing room.
And Ferdinand, because them two didn't like the videos that they were putting up when they were dancing. It's like,
yo, Lingard's a whole grown adult.
Yeah, that's a grown man, you know.
Yo, Lingard's grown,
dance when he wins, bro. Go on.
Yeah, if they want to dance,
yo, bro, man's not dancing when we're getting beat, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But your manager's coming out when we're getting beat and smiling. So who should you be more mad at?
And talking about how they should move the goalpost, which is the most wild.
Man are winning 3-0. Man are winning against our biggest rivals and dancing.
Yeah, that's true.
getting moaned at. Yeah, or he's on holiday and he's dancing or he's chilling. Yeah, what kind of foolishness is that? But your manager is killing teeth, grinning up bare teeth after losing, bro.
And this is my big issue with the class of 92. Mine is Beckham. This is why I respect Beckham, because he just does his thing. I'm sure if there is anything to say, he will speak.
Yeah.
But apart from that, he just lives his life and does his own thing. My man started his own team, is going to play in the MLS. So he's got other things to worry about. But all the other guys from the class of 92, I am so disappointed, including Everton Ferdinand, who I love these guys, innit? But I'm so disappointed, man, because they time and time again they come out and defend, and no one even, I'm not saying criticize them in public, but like we said the other day, just give him a phone call.
Nah, do you know,
and then in public, what you do is
public,
you say, I've spoke to him about certain things.
Exactly.
He knows we're not happy with he knows he's not happy with what's going on. No United fans, they leave it at that.
Nah, do you know what bothers me most about them?
Go on, before we move on, go on.
Look at any other team. Your Barcelona, your Bayern Munich. Their board is their old legends, These men love to talk so much about United. Go do something. Go there and go do something. Why are you not there, a part of it? Why are you not a part of it? But you're building a hotel across the road, making United peas. You get me? No, go there and go train some kids, bro. Go and train the next right backs. You get me, Neville? You get Giggs, you go train the wingers. You get me? Why is Chong not getting trained by Giggs? Yeah? Why is Andy Cole not training Martial right now? Why is so-and-so not training this person?
That's true.
We've got all these legends, but you're watching the club fall and burn. But it's okay for you because you did your bit when we were good. Nah, see you later. You get what I'm saying? You go to Bayern Munich, Oliver Kahn. You get what I mean?
Just got Mehmet Scholl.
All these man, you know.
Like Van der Sar's the DOF at Ajax. Because they said at Ajax, they said at Ajax that even when players get sold on, they say go and have your career, but then once you're done, come back.
Like Blind. Look at Blind.
Yeah, you come back. Yeah, that's true.
No, it's like look what we did before. Gerrard went to Rangers.
Yeah,
we put him as the under thingy coach, and now you look at Curtis Jones. You can definitely tell he's had coaching from Gerrard because he plays exactly like him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So moving on to another 0-0, Burnley 0, Arsenal 0. Because we was going to speak about this and that. And again, even though they draw, I think once, because I seen a stats about Ozil and he's got like 1 assist, I think in his last 11 games or something like that. Like I'm saying, Arteta, once he gets his players, I think he will start winning these games. These are games they don't draw.
I think.
But they should have won this. But
that's a serial bogey team for Arsenal.
Yeah, even though they do have a good record there, you expect them to struggle because they do have. But that's my whole point: is they play Burnley away now. They play Bournemouth away in the FA Cup. They went down to 10 men at Crystal Palace, and they went down to 10 men at Chelsea. And they got draws out of all of them.
That's know.
Unlike that is so. Arsenal have never been in about 10-15 years have ever been resilient. They are now resilient. This is why I give Arteta his props. Sorry to cut you off, Stroh. That's why I'm giving him his props. And I think once he gets his players that he wants to get, no way did they, like 10-man, like I said, 10-man Chelsea team, they went down 10 men away to Chelsea, 10 men away to Palace. They've gone to Burnley away, and they've gone to Bournemouth away in the FA Cup. They beat Bournemouth and they've got 3 draws. That's not Arsenal.
And
that's not Arsenal.
My thing when I was watching it was if that was under Emery, they'd lose that game.
Oh, definitely.
This is what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Even someone I give a lot of stick to in Xhaka. He's putting. That's why systems are important. Now he's looking decent.
Do you know what it is with a lot of these players, though? I still think this is the same. This is their Ollie bounce, fam.
You still reckon it's their Ollie bounce?
This is their Ollie bounce, brother.
Ollie bounce. Okay,
they're just happy the last brothers are gone.
Yeah,
that's what I think it is.
Possibly, but watching that,
because the record's not all that great. It's 7 games. It's it's either, I can't remember which way around it is. Yeah. So before he's getting the comments and it's either 4 wins, 3 defeats. I mean, no, 4 wins, 3 draws, or 3 draws, 4 wins. That's the past 7 games or something.
Okay.
So I
know they've drew a lot. They've had more draws.
It might be the 4 draws then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They've had a lot of draws.
That's what I mean. But some of the draws, like he said, the ones where they've gone down to 10 men and things like that. Yeah, okay. This for me, with the firepower what they have,
they should have won. Because Aubameyang did.
They had chances.
They had chances.
Lacazette. But here's the thing: people give Lingard a lot of stick. Lacazette ain't scored an away goal in the Premier League. I think it's...
Lacazette is a what? How much did they pay for him, bro? He's a 50 million pound plus striker, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, man. These men are going under the radar. Man, what I talk about Martial and this and that.
Yeah.
Scapegoatism there.
Look at Lacazette.
Look at Lacazette.
Look at
Lacazette, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Bear in mind, Arsenal are struggling out here. Yeah, because I'm looking at it here, they've drew 4 out of their last 5 games.
Well, there you go. That's what I knew it was something along those lines.
Don't know, innit?
You get what I'm saying? But
that's what I'm saying.
It's one of them with Arsenal. Look at him, 10th.
Well, I'm saying, like I said, I want to be so wrong
then
about
again,
this.
They're breathing down our necks because between us and 14th is like 5 points.
It's crazy. We were saying this last week. It's crazy, isn't it?
Whatever position
so that argument of people were saying, but United, we're still 5th. Like, bro, it means nothing.
Yeah, the table this year is mad.
It's like a false 5th when we were 5th because we are now 7th.
Well, it's like we said the other day. It's split into like a top 2, like a top 8 from
and then the bottom 10. Literally is.
And then it's bottom 10. Everyone below 10 is relegation fodder.
It's like 11th. It's 11th. It's like 9 teams in the relegation zone. And then everyone from Arsenal up is like kind of fight for the top 4.
Everyone's trying to. Everyone from Arsenal up's trying to get Europe.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? Normally, if you're in 10th, you're just thinking, right, I'll just ease out.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
Let's run out
the season. If I'm still in the cup, I'll go for that. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Yeah,
I hear that. All right, so touching on another game quickly, Leicester 2, Chelsea 2. This was 3rd versus 4th as well. Good game.
Good game, you know.
Bottling it again, bro.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, man.
I've been saying this.
When I say bottling, the reason why I don't say bottle is because I said this on the last show again. They don't have that magic. They don't have a Martial. They don't have a Rashford to me.
Yeah,
when I say this, I'm talking about in offensive positions. Go on.
But you've just had your transfer ban up. Why have they should have bought, man?
I'm going to respond to that because Lampard criticised the board and said that they should have signed someone. He was disappointed then because he's challenging the board. He knows, we can all see that Chelsea side, he has a good base, but he needs more. And I think he did, if I remember correctly. It was a headline.
He said we need players.
We need players.
In terms of
because if you add, sorry to cut you off, if you add a Hazard ex-player in that team, that's a top 4 side.
That's what I was going to say. In terms of not even just a Hazard-esque, if you add, literally, which they could do, 2 quality midfielders and a world-class attacker. Yeah. Someone from midfield who's going to create and score. Yeah, Lampard-esque type of. You know what I mean? Someone who's going to do that. They could go for the league. They have the base.
They do have the base.
They have the. They are 3 or 4 signings away from mounting a title challenge with the right manager. I don't know if it's Lampard
because he's only 2 years in. We don't know yet. But that's why I give him a black because I'm like, and now the board haven't backed you. Like they should have.
That's becoming a common theme, you know.
The board should have backed you.
You know what? 1 second. I want to rewind again. I just remember the point. Tottenham. Everyone's getting on at us for getting Igalo. Yeah. Man's got Harry Kane out. Yeah. And you don't buy a striker?
They did try and sign Giroud though.
Come on, no, bro. It's not trying.
Piatek, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but
at least
Kane, your team is based around Harry Kane.
It's based around Kane, but the one thing I respect about Spurs with it, at least, but we know that Daniel Levy don't back nobody. We know this.
This is what we said with Mourinho.
We know this.
No number 9, you know. Yeah. They've literally not got a number 9.
I think, but they was unfortunate with the Giroud thing because I think that's a domino effect. If Chelsea get a replacement, Chelsea don't get a replacement for Giroud. Because he said that they wouldn't let Giroud go. Yeah. And Giroud is perfect for Mourinho. That's a him striker.
That's a Drogba-esque striker.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying is, are you going to rely on someone who's potentially your rival to give you one of their players, whether they need him or not? You can't rely on that.
I think Lampard backs his skill set so much. Him getting a player in which could elevate them, he's like, all right, go over there.
I think if he gives them Giroud,
yeah.
Not Arsenal, sorry. If he gives them Giroud, that could potentially look bad for him because that could propel Tottenham.
He took a gamble. And you know what? I'm all for that. If that happened and they give them Giroud, he's gone head to head. All right, I've signed a striker to replace Giroud. I've give you Giroud. Now our two strikers are going to go head to head. If Spurs finish above me, it was the wrong decision. If Spurs finish below me and this new player come in and scores 10 goals towards the end of the season, gets us top 4, I was
You know what? One thing though with Chelsea, what I don't get.
Yeah.
Why don't they? I know Abraham's all right. He's good in that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'd probably try to play Abraham and that Batshuayi.
That's one thing.
I rate that Batshuayi very highly.
Here's the thing. Obviously, he wants to play 4-3, which I understand. When they're chasing games, I know why he doesn't go for the he doesn't seem to put them on together. But what I think it is, he don't rate Batshuayi. I understand.
But then he's on.
I don't think he rates him.
But then he doesn't rate Batshuayi and he doesn't rate Giroud.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Then you have to get rid of them both.
Yeah, but the thing is, which he wanted to, but you can't do an ollie and get rid of players and not replace them. Because if you get rid of Giroud,
all right then.
Because here's the thing: if you get rid of Giroud and then Abraham gets injured like he did his ankle, and then you're playing Batshuayi is a 6-yard player. That's it. He a poor man's Inzaghi. Like that's it. He scores with inside the 6 yard.
That's still a very good player.
Yeah, me. No, but not Inzaghi level.
A poor man's Inzaghi. Yeah, that's a very good. I rethink that.
Alright, he's a B-Tech Inzaghi. Then,
okay, yeah.
He's not of nowhere near of the levels of Inzaghi.
He's a finisher.
So he's a finisher.
But all right then. That's probably what they're screaming for. They're probably screaming for.
Because you know what it is. They don't create that many chances because they don't have that stardust. They have Willian, Pulisic. Obviously, I rate Willian highly, but he's not willing. He's not.
He's still wanted by Barcelona for some reason.
We didn't do. Yeah,
that's trying by Richarlison for 85
mil. You know what? You know how wild that was.
When I seen that, I was like, bro, what?
You know how wild that was. I was talking to one of my cousins about it. My other cousin, his brother, came in the room, and I was like, "Yeah, Barcelona offered 85 million for Richarlison," and he was like, "The Everton Richarlison." Like he thought there was another Richarlison.
This is how sick it is. What a man said to me. A man said to me, "Yo, Barcelona tried to buy that Everton." You know, that striker called Everton from Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
I said, they tried to buy that Everton for 85 mil. I said, no. They tried to buy Richarlison for 85 mil. He went, nah, but I said made no sense. That's what man said to me, you know.
The Richarlison stuff's fake. Ian Balaguer came out and
he said it was fake.
100% it's fake.
The thing is with social media, we don't care about, you get me? We don't care about the truth and the lies.
No, but it was just, when I see that, I was like, wow, that's wild.
85 mil.
I don't even know, though.
But back onto the Chelsea thing, it's like, the way Lampard wants to play Batshuayi, he likes to play football. Batshuayi is not that guy. If you're trying to play football, he's not that guy.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
Giroud's that guy. If you want to play football, Giroud's perfect for that. Look what he did for France.
This is why I don't understand why he doesn't play Giroud.
To me, you play Giroud over Abraham. I know Abraham's good, but you play Giroud over Abraham.
Put it this way, they're the two you rotate, and when you're chasing a goal, you play them together. There's no better foil than Giroud.
Yeah.
Hazard came out and said, "I love playing with Giroud."
To me, this is why I'm saying, because they've had that back three and all that experiment over the past few seasons. For me, you play Giroud and Abraham up front. Giroud fingers it down. Abraham's got the legs. He's in.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you get what I mean?
I agree with that.
That's why I'm saying I don't understand having these three strikers who I'd say aren't too different in level. You might as well play two of them.
I would play two of them. Well,
and then have one of them on the bench. And then you
depends on the system he wants to play in it.
I was gonna get that because with Lampard, it's one of them like obviously you want to play a system.
He likes wingers.
Yeah, you want to.
That's the reason why you want
to play systems and you want to have your philosophy, but then it's kind of like working with what you've got. So you have to find it. Like personally, I agree with you. Why? To me, I'm playing Giroud.
Yeah,
I'm playing Giroud.
Yeah, I'm playing.
He's on the bench. Like I'm definitely playing Giroud. So. It is what it is, but quickly the transfer window. Unfortunately, that Richarlison thing you just came out and said was fake. There's us United signing a Gallo, crazy. Plan A was Josh King. Like before, I just wanted to get.
You know what it is? 1 second, I just want a quick point. I hardly believe we're back. You see all these players we get linked with. I think we get linked with them in the paper, and then we have a look into it. I don't think our scouts actually find anyone. I think they hear someone in the paper and they go, "Who's that? Have a look at him." And that's what I think they do. That Josh King thing, I don't know how true it was. I think the Agallo thing was true.
Yeah. I think they made a bid.
Josh King made
the Agallo thing was more. All right, they might have made a bid. I don't know. All right, in the bid, what was it? 20 plus mil.
Yeah.
Come on, you're not deadline day. You know, I've probably got to pay a bit more over the odds. So then what are you saying? Then he's worth 10 million. So you pay another 10 million.
This is Woodward. Like nothing. Stupidity doesn't surprise me.
But this is what I mean. This is why I think the Agallo thing was more thingy, because you heard it at first. You heard the Agallo and then someone else, can't remember.
Slimani,
yeah. And I thought, right, that's a bit mad. But then the Igalo thing come back up again. When that come back up again, I said, we're going to get him.
Igalo, you know.
Yeah, no, but this is my problem. You knew you were losing Lukaku in the summer, and you've waited
until to lose him in March.
Yeah,
March,
and then you've waited until the last day of January to get a striker who's only on a short-term basis. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I said though, if someone said to me in January we get Fernandes and we get a backup striker, it's a good window. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, but you're a terrible backup striker. But yeah, we have to wrap up the show, people. Shout out to Aaron coming in as a special guest.
Worries,
as always.
Shout out Noureddin and Saeed as well. They will be back also.
Yes.
This has been From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio.